opportunity call. If you're bringing guests, obviously this is the place to do it. We're going to be stepping up the call volume pretty soon, and probably doing more of these during the week as we develop. And of course, we're well over a year now into our second year with AEGEA, and you know what that means? This is where the vertical happens in business. You get through all the little nuances of starting a new business, learning your business plan, executing that business plan, and then of course tweaking it a little bit. And we've been doing that since day one. I think AEGEA and the corporate staff, Jeff Cohen, he'll never be satisfied with where we're at. I just had a great call with Susie Jackson today. We were just talking about development tools and the ability to help share this opportunity and incentives for new people to come on. So be looking for all those things in the near future, because that's what AEGEA is about. AEGEA means in the Greek shield. So when you're with us, when you're with AEGEA, we're going to do our best to help you and shield your business, your lifestyle, your opportunity, and encapsulate that into something great. Because Jeff said recently to us, I've never failed a business. I've always take business to vertical. When he gets his hands on something, he's going to take it to the moon. So your opportunity being with us tonight for the first time is that. It's the very first day of the rest of your life, your business future. If you choose to use AEGEA, to be with us and AEGEA as the catalyst to your opportunity to the business and financial freedom growth. You've heard those terms before, folks. They're not cliches. This is America. We have Canada. We have people from all around the world, but we're in this country. We're used to this thing called the American dream. We want to share the global AEGEA dream with you, and that's why you're here tonight with your guests. I've got a great success story of my own in the business world, and it's just a joy for me to actually bring those tools to this business and share it with those that want to listen. But tonight, we get to listen to George Hogan. George is our host this evening. He's going to share the opportunity, the PowerPoint presentation that we call AEGEA. He hails from a very successful past in this business, in the MLM world and conventional business. And he brings those broad shoulders here to AEGEA so we can learn from him. And tonight, we're going to learn all about what AEGEA is. So with that, I'm going to be quiet now. George, I'm going to hand the call to you. It's great to see you. Thanks for that little introduction you gave us tonight. And over to you, my friend.
Thank you. Let me just mute this out so I can be quiet here. So welcome everybody to our call. And I wanted to, start by talking about, let me just mute this just a second. There we go. I wanted to start by talking about what AEGEA is. For me, AEGEA is a incredible, what I call new type of product. It is a category creator. It is something I think over the next 10 years, I think when you talk to people 5 or 10 years from now, you won't say, are you wearing patches? It's which one. And I think AEGEA will be the number one, because it is an industry which is going to take the world by storm because of the fact it works. It's very simple. This is a technology that most of you probably know started with, had a little bit to do with Tesla, but the idea that you can use frequencies to influence your body and then have a wearable technology is what genetics or AEGEA is all about. And I couldn't be more proud to ask Jeff Cohen to come on for just a minute, just to give a brief overview of the vision of the company. But I can tell you what my vision is. My vision is to take AEGEA to the world and let the world understand that you can affect every part of your body from the head to the toe and extend your life. Make your life better, make it healthier in ways that supplements and other modalities and machines may not. It's unique, it's easy to do, it's easy as putting on a little patch in the morning, forgetting about it all day long. It works 24/7. And this latest one, Jeff, the burn product, when we get to it, I think you see every day I get thinner. I'm going to be, in 3 months, I'll be 66. So I have to, and you saw my daughter here, she's 10, so I've got to stay young. Jeff, this is the most remarkable product line to stay young of everything I've ever tried. So Jeff, why don't you give us a brief overview of what AEGEA is all about?
Thanks, George. I appreciate it. Everybody, thanks for being on the call. We decided to master the art of energy and master the ability to have frequencies that are tied into unique energy field signatures and embed them in a hologram or a card. And once you get those frequencies that are infused into these chips and they are released and transmitted to help your body regulate the energy flow, then the body's energy flow is restored. And it's as simple as a natural realignment. And when we talk about that, people understand if your body is made up of energy, the best way to serve your body is with energy. If you are given other things to take, other prescriptions, other over the counter, other types of solutions and remedies, a lot of times you are only masking the problem, or you are working on the problem, but not necessarily fixing the problem. So the beauty of what we've done is marrying energy and genetics, therefore energetics. And, when we say get your energy on, we mean it. If you put our stuff on and put it in the right place for the right amount of time, you can affect your body. And our mission is, as George said, to be able to help people of every age to understand you don't have to be in pain or have discomfort in order to be using the value of wearing an energetics chip or card. You don't have to be old and have problems that creep up with age to be using our energetics products. So the idea is keep your meridian system healthy from the day that you're young, every day through your life, through whatever age you are. As George said, I don't believe his age. I think he's fibbing. But the thing is, if you take care of your body every day, then it's less prone to having discomfort and, to be aligned poorly. So think of it that way. That's what we're doing. We're mastering that. We are continuing to grow. And this opportunity you have in front of you is, how can you make yourself feel better with utilizing the scalar wavelengths and frequencies and harmonies, the things that are natural in life that make your body work better. So, George?
I like the idea that we are really taking 3,000 years of what I call Eastern medicine, or what we call, in some respects, the frequencies that have been used throughout the body and the flow of the body, and bringing it into modern science. The fact that you've been able to put this frequencies into a hologram, something that we can all use and easily put on, we don't have to carry a machine around, is amazing. So if you're interested on this phone, on this line, either to get yourself healthy or to make money, or both, which is what most of us are here for, we are at the right place at the right time. It's called AEGEA. And if you haven't experienced how frequencies can change your health and well-being from head to toe, you're about to hear about it. So I thought, Jeff, we could start with our energetics quantum energy card. This is one of the first products you came out with. Can you tell us a little bit about what the concept of this card, why create a card like this rather than just all patches?
Sure. The quantum energy card is made to be a Swiss Army knife, if you will. There are reasons to have patches that we will go into, but the quantum card is infused with energy and 3 different wavelengths of energy. And those energies that are programmed work in the way to help the human body, to help animals, to increase the value of the foods that we are eating, what we're drinking, as well as what we're growing. And by doing that, the energies that are embedded in that card that lasts for 3 years, this is not something that wears out like a battery. 3 years of energy is emblazoned into this card in order to help you, number one, strengthen your body's biofield. I was on a call today with a kinesiologist and a chiropractor who are using these cards to help treat their patients when they're looking at the muscles and their energy level for working out as well as recovery time. If you can double your biofield or triple your biofield in your body, that means you can go work out if you don't feel like you are maximizing your energy, because when you carry the card, you'll feel stronger. Your muscles will work better. If you're an athlete, you can do more repetitions. If you are recovering from, working out or an injury, it speeds up healing. If you use it on food, the beauty is food has molecules in it, and the water and the molecules in everything wind up, the minute they are picked or taken from the field, they start to oxidize. Well, you can change the water in the foods you eat, in all different liquids, and by doing that, it brings the taste to the value it was on the vine. It takes away some of the impurities in the food and in the water. So you really, if you go to Whole Foods or organic stores and they're buying water for $6 or $8 a bottle that is energized or polarized, then you could use the card. And just think of this: not only can you drink it, but if you wash, you can wash your body with water that's energized in the tub or in the shower. And lastly, if you are growing plants, if you are eating from plants that you grow, or just raising flowers in your garden, it works like Miracle Grow does without having any of those type of things. The energy in the water helps the plants grow twice as large, twice the bloom, especially in the spring right now. You see how things are blooming. So the beautiful thing here is the card amplifies the energy needs of the body and works in concert with all the other chips that we have.
What's amazing about this card is so many testimonials we get from it. I've seen remarkable testimonials with discomfort, just people wearing it in their pocket, people that have, I've seen the test with the wine and the water and the lemons. It's so amazing because it's so easy to demonstrate, Jeff. Sometimes it's hard to explain, or people think, oh my goodness, how are frequencies really going to affect my body? Isn't this one of the wow products we can actually demonstrate for people? Isn't that what you love?
Yeah, this is a beautiful thing. I was up in Pittsburgh with a large group with Dr. Goff and Dr. Barber, and we had a large crowd at a city meeting in Pittsburgh. And we had a dinner prior to the meetings, and we had new people there, and we had existing affiliates, and we had different types of professionals. And we used it, and we tried it on the fruits and vegetables, and we tried it on the wine, and we used it on the food. And, the response was, what, is that a trick or is that a real? And I said, no, this is real. What you're experiencing is is quantum energy, quantum physics. And the easy way to prove it to somebody is to try it this way. A lot of times people look at you when you take a credit card and looking like you're waving it over a steak, and they say, what are you doing? And the waiter usually comes over and says, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm just making my chop steak taste more like a filet mignon. And he doesn't understand how that can happen. Well, you take a bite and you could tell the difference between that and an expensive cut. So, or a wine that is not an expensive glass of wine. If I can reformulate the water in the grapes that were picked in the wine, and it tastes like it was meant to be before it oxidized, the wine has more body and has more taste. So these are the kind of things that we're doing, and they really are those gee whiz wow moments.
We could spend an hour just on the quantum card. It's so powerful. People sleeping, waving over water. The effects are amazing. You just got to try it. If you haven't tried this card, you don't have one. We have a sale going on. It's, we get a second one for just a little bit more. So get back with a person and make sure you get this card. Well, that brings me to the burn product, which is one of my favorites. And I'm going to have Susie give a testimony, but I got to give mine, Jeff. Jeff, you've been able to watch me kind of shrink here. Mm-hmm. I'm down to 27 pounds, and I just keep going down. It's the most amazing. Come on. I know you started to feel some stuff on patches in general. Can you talk a little bit, Susie, about what you love about the AEGEA patches and the card?
Well, thank you, George. I'm Susie Jackson. I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. I got introduced to AEGEA about 8 months ago, and my very first experience was with the relief patch. on my knee. I at the time I called it my bum knee because it, you know, gave me a lot of discomfort, and when I would sleep at night, you know, it would wake me up. And so I, you know, a friend of mine had told me about AEGEA. I took a little patch and I stuck it on my knee, and 20 minutes later, you know, nothing earth-shattering happened, and I figured nothing would. But that night when I went to sleep, I had the most amazing sleep that I can ever recall having, and I had absolutely no discomfort on my knee. And the next morning I got up and I put the nitro patches on my chest and went and did a workout and just had, you know, enormous energy and endurance and just felt wonderful. And then I had complete flexibility in that bum knee of mine. And, you know, ever since I've been on these products, I have never had to recover from a workout. And I'm not the same age as George, but I'm getting close. So that is saying a lot. Now, on the burn, you know, I don't have the biggest testimonial out there because, you know, I only had about, sorry to keep you hopping there, I only had about 7 pounds that I wanted to lose on burn. And at my age, my metabolism was just stuck. I mean, I could exercise, I could eat right, I could do all that stuff, and it was just stuck. It just would not move. And after about 2 weeks on the product, I lost a pound or two, and now it's been another week or two, and I've lost another couple of pounds. So, you know, I've lost a total of 4 pounds, which is not a huge number, but for somebody whose metabolism was absolutely stuck, you know, I felt like it was quite significant. And every woman out there wants to lose at least 5 pounds. Right, George?
Absolutely. And just, it's the ease of using it. And Jeff, maybe you can talk a minute about how you infuse this. This is one of one of the patches that take the longest to infuse because you have so many I think 36 different ingredients in here, from forskolin to pomegranate oil to garcinia, gambosia, CLA, green tea, casperin, and more, all designed to help lose weight, because losing weight is a very difficult process for most of us. But what could be more easy, Jeff, than just taking this burn product, putting it a little below the belly button, and just putting it on in the morning and just forgetting about it? What are you hearing out there, Jeff?
Well, you know, the answer is this. The beauty that, you know, what we did intentionally here is that a lot of you that are interested in losing weight, you usually kind of hear about a hot product that has one ingredient in it. And you kind of tend to move that trend and say, I'm going to use that product. Well, what we've done is we've taken several of the proven ingredients that we call these multiple proprietary ingredients list here, and put them together in a way that other products just don't have that concoction of wavelengths or the concoction or formulation of those ingredients. So what we've done is you would have to go out and buy a detox product. We have it in it. You'd have to go out and buy an appetite suppressant. We have it in it. You'd have to go out and buy a metabolism booster or increasing your metabolism. We have it in it. You have to have a fat burner separately. We bought it and put it in it. So the thing is, when you put all of those together and your body is accepting the energy of each one of these wavelengths and frequencies, your body takes what it needs. Remember, everything that we do is based on your body's system. Your body is a very interesting component. It accepts energy, 100% of that energy when it's needed, and it turns itself off when it's not needed. That is not the way it works with pills and other types of components. So think of it this way. You're putting the chip on. You start off with 1 or move to 2 to 3 of these burns around your belly button, and you drink a lot of water, you eat right, and then you are, and you're moving, and you will see the inches move off your body. The wonderful thing that I found talking to a lot of the folks, especially with women and men too, a lot of places in your body are not easy to lose weight. The back of your arms, the back of your legs, your love handles. These are places that are your fat, right across your stomach. What you find is you may lose weight, but you're not losing the weight or the inches in those places. The beautiful thing is we're finding you know, people of all ages and men and women are finding a way to lose both. And, you know, taking certain measurements on your arms, on your legs, on your thighs, on your neck, you're really finding out what's happening. So the beautiful thing is here, it's made from all 100% natural ingredients. And, you know, we have a combination that is bar none, one of the most, one of the most exciting new products out there.
Thank you so much on that, Jeff. And I really think that the burn is going to be one of our biggest sellers because it's such a universal issue we have. That brings me to the energetics. You know, I was just reading on YouTube about the importance of nitric oxide and how it affects the body. It is amazing how effective this patch is for our energy and the flow of our cardiovascular system. For those who don't know, nitric oxide not only won a Nobel Prize for finding this, the pathway by which it helps the body, but when you talk about circulation, reducing discomfort, and of course, increasing your energy levels, this has been a real winner for us, Jeff. It's one of my favorite ones. And what I love, we have these tomography comparisons where you can show the before and after. These are the forums. So we have the science behind it actually demonstrate that it actually does work. But more importantly, just the testimonials. Maybe you can just share one testimonial, Jeff, you've heard with a nitric oxide patch because it's called Nitro Qubit, and what makes it so powerful real quick.
Well, I'm going to use my own. I had blood pressure issues, and the doctor said, listen, you got to drop your blood pressure down. And I said, all right. So I left the office. He gave me the medicine, but I also was starting the company, and I was working on these patches. And make a long story short, I put the patches on, and I said, I will be back, doctor, in 90 days. And what did I change? I must say, to be honest and fair, I didn't change a thing. I wasn't eating right. I wasn't sleeping enough. I was building this company up, talking with many of you early on. But the thing that I did is I wore the patch, relentless. And I did take my medication, but I then decided, let me take a difference, because I was going into the pharmacy and taking my blood pressure on a daily basis to make sure that I could see what the numbers were. And as I saw the numbers going down, I stopped taking my prescription pill and continued with the nitro. So I then fast forward to the 90 days, went back to the doctor. The nurses take my blood pressure. I go into the room. He comes in with a smile on his face. He said, I see that your blood pressure dropped. I'm proud of you. He said, what did you do? I said, well, doc, basically, I didn't listen. I tried my product. Here's what I've done. And he said, well, you just dropped your points by double digits, over 10 points, top and bottom numbers. He said, that's great. Keep on what you're doing. So the point is, this product, nitric oxide, is the most important thing for a body to be working, no matter if you have high blood pressure or not, no matter if you're breathing or not. Anybody, young or old, needs a level of nitric oxide in their body. And there's a simple test that you could take that shows if you have enough in it, if you're depleted, and what you can do once you wear our chip. Now, we've had that test and shown people with a matter of minutes or hours without the chip, and then with the chip, how much they've increased their nitric oxide in their body. So this is a product for everybody, no matter young or old, no matter high blood pressure or not. You want your blood to be flowing through your veins properly, and also the veins get cleaned out. So your circulation and arterial function works better as a cleanser, cleaning out the plaque in there, which causes problems later in life. So very important to keep track of that. And if you do it every day, you are better off as the days progress, my friends.
Yes, you are. Well, Susie talked about this one, of course. Discomfort is the number one. The two biggest issues that people come to doctors for are discomfort and lack of energy. Well, we actually address both of those. First with the nitric Qubit, but also here with the relief patch. Now, this has been an amazing patch for people with discomfort. Fortunately, I don't have much, but Jeff, I've seen this used on many people, with thermography comparisons, you can see how the patch does reduce inflammation scientifically here. But in terms of what people are saying, we just hear such great testimonials. Some people get the relief just from the card, but when you combine the card with this relief patch, we're getting tremendous results with everything from back discomfort to leg discomfort to head discomfort. Any place in your body that feels just out of whack, not feeling perfect, and has discomfort, this is the patch for you. It really rounds out our system. This is probably your favorite patch, is it not, Jeff? You've seen the most reaction with this?
Yeah, the problem is that in the world today, unfortunately, when people are suffering from discomfort, we want fast action. We want relief. And there are prescriptions and there are medications and there are over-the-counter and different types of things you can use. But again, the way that we have in this relief product, we have a combination of items, number one, turmeric, and other ingredients to help reduce discomfort. And as you can see with the thermography, if this person with red shoulder and neck has this is blood not flowing correctly, and it indicates discomfort, stress to an area. And after putting the patches on, the circular patches and those patterns on the right, you could see that the red is being eliminated, or the red is moving to cool down, which means that blood is flowing. And the minute that blood is flowing, that means that there is healing that's going on. And that's why we call it relief. Now, there's also other positive effects that happen with in terms of, effective, quick results. But stressing the fact that a combination of using relief with nitro, getting the blood flow, moving the areas in the body that gains, these two things work in conjunction with one another, and the quantum card, that's a trifecta together to relieve areas of discomfort. So you could treat yourself during the day and even into the evening using these things in combination or individually.
Jeff, we really have covered, you talk about having products from head to toe. This is another great product, our Emf Shield. There's a lot being said. Even today, I read something about the AirPods that go with the iPhone and how doctors, like 140 scientists, signed something that they're concerned about these EMF waves coming from within the ear canal itself. I call this the greatest insurance you can have. You don't want to wait for 10 years now, like they do with cigarettes, and say, oh yeah, it actually does harm you. Whether scientists still argue back and forth, but for me, Jeff, you've got to protect yourself, your children, and your family from the effects of EMF, especially in the 5G world. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of the things that we've started the company based on is we know that today's world, you are walking through an electromagnetic smog, whether you're in your own home, whether you're in your office, whether you're in buildings. No matter where you are, and even when you think you're safe outside, you're not, because in the air there is electromagnetic radiation going on. And you've read a lot about the coming of 5G. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but the problem is that using the phones, being exposed, smart meters on your homes. There's no more meter readers that walk around and look at your meter spinning on the side of your wall, your home or your apartment to see how many therms you're using for heat or how much water you're using. It's all done electronically. It's all done through Wi-Fi. If you go walk through the airport, if you go into a doctor's office, no matter where you are, you're exposed. So the thing is, children are given tablets to play with, their phones to work, to play with in their laps. And, there's no mass in some of these children. They're small babies, right? And they're using it, regularly. It's not, once in a blue moon. Now, for us, we live with the phone. It's attached to our ear. It's, our iPads, our tablets, the PCs, the everything you're looking at or using, plasma screens and so on. You can't get away from it. So the thing is, if you have to, you have to protect yourself. Now, we call it an EMF Shield. And that EMF shield is benefiting you by one thing and one thing only. It is blocking the dangerous frequencies that are emitted with these type of devices. And it protects your body, and it's simply putting a sticker on the device. And if you don't do anything, you really do need to do one thing, is have an EMF shield on your phone or on your devices to help that protection. Young people don't understand that you can't put a phone in your front pocket or your back pocket or in a breast pocket and walk around for another 20 years and not think that this is you're not radiating yourself or causing a problem. The beauty of the EMF shield is this, and the difference is this. Our shield is devised that your body, when given the choice of absorbing positive or negative vibrations, will always choose positive first. Now, what does that mean? Well, if I have two different things being emitted at me at the same time, if it's just like in the sun. If I'm standing out in the sun, I'm going to get some sunburn or rays coming into the body. George may get a light tan. I may get burnt. You just don't know what level that you're going to respond to, right? Well, what we do is just think of this. The EMF shield is protecting you from the bad, that your body accepts the positive frequencies that are embedded in the EMF shield over those negative ones. So you could protect yourself from headaches and chronic fatigue and dizziness and other things that you get when you're exposed to this type of electromagnetic radiation.
Well, Jeff, we could spend a long time. Our Freshness Card is another one, kind of like the Quantum Card, that this one is designed to keep all your food, especially your vegetables, bread, and so on, flours, fresh. It's amazing to see this actually happen. Another way in which frequencies are just used. I know David has put it into a lot of different restaurants and stores that use it in their freezer, in their refrigerators to keep food fresh. It's a money saver as well as just an amazing product. So you put that all together, ladies and gentlemen, we have the opportunity of a lifetime. What you want to do is get back with the person that got you on this call. Get one of our package. We have $9.99, $3.99, and $9.99. I suggest the larger pack. Get the Quantum Cards, get all these different products, and set yourself up for an income stream that you could build around the world. We ship products to many international countries, including some in Europe, here in the United States, Canada, and elsewhere. Look and think about building an international company here at AEGEA. So thanks everybody for being on this call. Thanks Susie, thanks Jeff, and thanks everybody. Get back with a person. See us this Saturday for training and get your energy on. Thanks everybody, and see you Saturday.